Hi guys, my name is Kronenberg and I am a best-selling award-winning picture book author of 3 books, Dream Big, Love Big, and then Think Big, the Live Big trilogy. And I am so honored to be a part of ATX Women to Watch and their new expert panel where we answer questions to kind of help encourage and excite people on their journeys and how it is that we got on our journeys and steps you can maybe take for your own. And the first question that they have us ask is, how did we get our start? And I am not like most authors. I did not grow up with the dream of writing books. I kind of missed the beauty of books as a kid. We had so many books we had to read at my school that I didn't really enjoy. But all of a sudden I was at a symphony with my husband with my eyes closed, taking in the music, and I don't know if you'd call it God, divine inspiration, but it was like something whacked me over the head that, Kat, you are meant to write books about the power of a smile to encourage kids in all ages to live their best life. That our smile is our really outward expression of our yes, our striving, our living for our greatest, best life. And the next question, or one of the questions, is what was one of the hardest obstacles you had to overcome? And my hardest obstacle was from the whack on the head. That was all I was given. And how much did I know about writing a book? A big giant 0. And as I tell kids at my school visits, how many authors do you think I'd ever met? This is probably 40 at the time. How many authors I'd ever looked eye to eye to or had met was a giant 0. So I was starting at ground zero. I knew nothing, but the tap on the shoulder, the bright light bulb to write books would not leave me alone. So another question is, what would I encourage people out there that want to write? What are some steps you can take? And for me, read was one of the first things I learned. And you can go to the library. My kids were young at the time, and we would get stacks and stacks of picture books because I knew I wanted to write a picture book. And we would read, sit on the couch for hours. I learned so much. And then another really good resource is SCBWI. Austin has an amazing chapter. It's Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators. The website's scbwi.org. If you want any genre in children's, it's an amazing worldwide organization. It has a New York chapter conference in January, LA in the spring, in the summer, and for 10 years, I went to conferences, writing opportunities, critique groups. It's amazing. And for more adult, Writers League of Texas, which is also out of Austin, is another resource I would recommend that has been amazing help for me on my journey. And then another question they want us to ask is, what do I love the most about my job, my career? And mine is school visits or getting to sit with kids. There is nothing greater, more fulfilling as a writer to see a kid connect with your book and hold it like it's the most important thing they've ever had. And to have these messages, for me, are the stories I needed as a little girl. I lost some family members when I was young and really had a hard time getting to my smile, getting back to my yes, finding my best life, and having the tools I needed to live it. And so these books are just really fun ways to give kids, teachers, parents, tools, ideas, conversation about getting kids to their best life. Using African animals, their mythological fables, which are origin stories with a takeaway. So they get to learn about a caterpillar turning into a butterfly and remember that they can be anything. Or in my favorite, I got to go to Africa with my boys to do research. One of the animals we learned about was a dung beetle. I didn't know anything about a dung beetle. Yes, for you out there that know, y'all are already grimacing. They live in poop. They're born in poop. And you hear kids at school visits go, ah, gross. But the most amazing thing about this this is him on my Love Big book. The most amazing thing when you're in Africa, they call him one of the most important animals in all the savannah. They call him the hero of the savannah because what he does, he turns those poops into balls and rolls them around so grass turns green, and it keeps the cycle of life where everybody can eat. And it's like fertilizer. So they're so important. Instead of complaining, they do good. They fight for their yes. So my hope with my books is that we all come together, Austin, ATX, women, that we all surround each other with girl power. I love the new girl power push, or women power, and really support each other to live big, to live our best life, and to dream big, love big, and think big together. And let's see, what else is the last question that I see on my list over there is, what would I wish I knew 5 years ago that someone would have warned me about COVID? My last book came out in the heart of COVID, and I worked so hard and everything was canceled. So I was so disappointed. All my book tour and getting to look eye to eye with kids and all my school visits, the best part of what I do. So I was very disappointed, and at first I was blah, but then a lot of my grandbabies and friends were like, what about the dung beetle? He does good with his doo-doo dilemma. So instead of complaining, a bunch of friends got together, did a GoFundMe campaign, and we gifted books to teachers, because if I had it hard, they had it 1,000 times harder. They are truly the heroes in our society, if you ask me. What they do is the most important thing in our society. So thank you, teachers, if any of you are watching. And the last thing, where can you find more about me? Keep up with me, my website. You can find everything on my website. You can buy my books and get them personalized for friends, families, the teachers in your life. Discount for family, just put in the code family and you get 30%, or put in teacher and you get 40%. And I can personalize it. That gives you a place to add to Mike, to the De La Salle family, whoever is important to you, any major bookstore, Amazon. Get books in kids' hands, because as Einstein says, imagination is more important than knowledge. That books get our minds to create. It has been a thrill of my life to go have nothing, have an idea of a smile, and actually have 3 best-selling books by the end of the day. It took me a long time, 10 years probably overall. A lot of life happened in between. But thank you, ATX Women, for what you guys are doing to get us all supporting one another and in each other's life, living our dreams together.